similar, but
And you are live. Ryan Ford is a stream key.
Yep.
Cool. What's going on with this, I wonder? There we go. All right, everybody, we are back with Ryan Ford and Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, which I think I played when I was a kid. I played the heck out of the first one. That was one of my favorite games of all time. I think I played the second one a little bit. And then there was a third one that had a girl monkey too. I don't know. Anyway, Ryan's going to beat it real fast now, so I will let him take it from here. Floor is yours, my dude.
All right, thank you. Yeah, hello everybody. So I'm back again, this time in Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm going to be running the 102% category, which is probably the hardest category to run, like in this game, but I'm going to try and handle it pretty quick. Alright, so if we get the timer started, it'll count down from 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so... yeah, 102%. So basically just full completion of the game, like, you know, 100%ing, like most games. Since this game's a funny gimmick of having an extra 2%. So, need to beat all the levels. So like hitting the goal target at the end of each level. Need to clear all of the bonuses. And visit every Kong family member on the world map. Each of them actually counts for 1%. And the big DK coins, they actually don't count for percent, but for like completionist sake or like spirit of the category, we also require to collect all of them. It does affect the end screen, the end results screen when you beat the game. So I've got this animal buddy Rambi, which either love him or hate him. I'm on team Heck Rambi, so. Which I think is a global Twitch emote. So yeah, that bonus, normally you can use his supercharge through most of the bonus, but I bounced off of the second rat, so that lost me about 2 seconds, I think. Still fine though. Yeah, so fortunately I didn't die in the first level, because sometimes after that first bonus, like right before you get Rambi, it is pretty easy to die off of that enemy I bounced off of. It was like a pretty risky strat. But I rarely fail it though, so glad I didn't this time. So yeah, a lot of the bonuses, so a lot of them are pretty trivial, and then there's some that are like really hard to optimize, and it's like very easy to lose seconds. The last bonus in this level particularly is really hard to do optimally. Hopefully I don't be too greedy and just outright fail the bonus, because some bonuses you can like try them again, because like the bonus barrel or the cannon might be nearby after you fail it, and then you can just like try it again. And some of them sometimes you can't backtrack, so like some of them lose a lot of time to like fail bonuses. This one, failing it doesn't lose much, but yeah, it still feels bad to fail a bonus, so I'll try not to. So yeah, this fall here, so I played it extra safe and didn't grab all of the ones in the middle straight down, because I re-grabbed the rope too soon. So generally you want to end with like a 27 is like usually really good, so I had a 24, so it's not bad actually. Relatively. Oh, whoops, I revisited the level for no reason. Okay. Get the mistakes out of the way. So I'm gonna try a trick here called Jedi Boy, where there's a trick called the Big Boy, or Team Throw Super Jump. So when you throw your partner Kong, so in this case Diddy throwing Dixie, then oh yeah, that's RNG as well. So yeah, Diddy throwing Dixie into an enemy, as she's coming back to you, then if you jump and then let go and repress the jump button, press and hold the jump button in the air, then when she comes back to you, you'll jump again mid-air. So with that, I was able to use that extra height to get a DK coin. I was supposed to do another Big Boy in the air there to get that bonus. It's a little faster than throwing Dixie into that bonus, but it's a pretty minor time loss. I just kind of autopiloted and like did that for whatever reason. It's way better than like failing the Big Boy anyway, so definitely would take it. And yeah, so it took the so there's intended warps in World 1 and 2 in every level. And yeah, it's a little bit faster to take that warp and then backtrack to get that second bonus than to do the level warpless. So here I did a trick called oh, what's that one called? Luckjaw. So you can jump into that warp barrel without having to do a team throw or without having to go further in the level and then raise the water and then swim back to get that that warp barrel. I think it saves like roughly like 2 seconds if you roughly 2 seconds if you get it successfully versus team throwing into it. Okay, so what am I doing here? Oh yeah, so it's just faster to revisit the level because there's one bonus in this level and the bonus is kind of near the beginning. So I cleared the level and then I'm gonna if you press start and select after you beat a level, you can exit out of the level. So I'm gonna try and skip the fanfare of getting the Screm coin at the end of the bonus and yeah, and exit out of the level at the same time I collect it. There you go. And you can tell if you got all of the items because in the names of the levels, beside it, it'll have an exclamation point if you completed all the bonuses in that level, and it'll have a DK coin symbol if you got the DK coin in it. Oh wait, okay, yeah, this is correct actually. So yeah, there I did a goal swap, and so it's weird mechanics. If you have like what's called an airborne state, which generally you usually get it from getting shot out of barrels, so out of the warp barrel that time, then if you swap on top of a goal, so pressing select to switch your Kongs, then you can swap your Kong order and also trigger the goal at the same time. So you skip the swapping animation while beating the level. And yeah, so yeah, bonus is not too tough if you play it safe. And now it's faster to take the warp the second time and then go down the level than to climb the level all the way up. So you can also try to start and select exit out of this bonus too. Ah, failed it. Yeah, not too bad though. I fail that one pretty often. I think it loses like about 6 seconds though. And yeah, so I visited all the Kong family members except for Cranky so far. So I'm gonna visit Cranky ideally in World 4 or World 5, either or. Because he's right in the way on the world map in those ones, so it saves a little time to do less map movement. So yeah, Crow here, biggest instance of RNG in the run. So after 2 hits, then he bonks this nest, and then he has a 50% chance to give you a fake egg and 50% chance to give you a real one. So ideally you want to get 0 fakes, but I got 1, so not bad. Oh, whoops! I teamed up for no reason. Yeah, so what's it called? Yeah, so the eggs take a little longer to spawn on the second last phase, so you lose a little more time if you get fakes in that cycle than compared to the final one. I think it loses about 2.5 seconds per fake. And then on the last cycle, it's like 2 seconds per fake, I think. Which, yeah, I think the world record was 19 fakes, if I recall correctly. My highest I ever had was 14, so it's quite a lot. So yeah, I did some shenanigans quite a bit there to avoid, I hope I didn't miss one. Okay, cool, I didn't miss one. Yeah, I did some shenanigans to kind of move make the camera move later, so I was like facing left sometimes, so that I was able to not bounce off of enemies when I was holding the cannonball during before the first bonus. So, oh, whoops, because bouncing off of them is a little slower. Okay, I recovered pretty well there after the slight errors. So I needed to keep Mr. Shoes the Spider here, or real name Squitter. Yeah, to be able to reach up into this bonus particularly. So, it was pretty important to not get hit and have him, like, run away and lose him. It's like Yoshi, like, similar situation, like Yoshi in Mario World. And yeah, there, just dismount off of him, because you get another Squitter when you enter this bonus if you don't have him, because it's essentially not completable without him. So yeah, it's just a little faster to dismount and then remount onto him in the bonus. And yeah, so you've also got what's called Lost World levels. So up above Hothead Hop on the map, there was another Crockhead there, and it's Clubba's Kiosk. And there's some there's difficult levels from worlds. Was it 2 through 6? There's these difficult levels called the Lost World levels. So those are included for the completion as well, because for the 102%, because they're extra levels to beat. So you need 15 Creme coins to visit each one, and when I reach to this part of the world map, then they only have 14 Creme coins, so I need to beat this level, then backtrack on the map. So unfortunately, there's no way around that. You just don't have enough like bonuses and stuff. So I do have to do a second visit for 2 more bonuses in this level as well. And yeah, and I also took a warp barrel with another big boy there. So I'm gonna do again. Instead of going up and around and getting the and jumping into the warp barrel, then you can just do a big boy off of that enemy. For newer runners, it's a pretty frequently asked question how to do that big boy, or what they're doing wrong for that big boy. So yeah, for as long as I've been in the speedrun Discord, it's been like a year and 9 months roughly. Then oh, whoops. Ah, okay, that's fine. I stuck the landing. I still stuck the landing. Yeah, like for a while it used to be like at least once a week on average that someone would ask for help on particularly that. The trick is not that difficult, despite saying that, I feel, once you understand how it works. But yeah, I think getting how it works it's tough starting out though. Okay, Lost World levels. What's it called? So this is Jungle Jinx. I love this music actually. So yeah, this level, there is some like quite a few optimizations, like skipping under that tire to save a second, like in between that beat, if your movement is correct. And really don't want to fall into spikes when bouncing off of these tires, and of course, and gotta do a little backtrack for the bonus over here. And then yeah, this bonus is pretty much just like the gimmick is pretty much just team throwing into the dragonflies without getting hit by the bees. So if Diddy gets hit by the bee, you fail the bonus, but if you throw Dixie into the bee, you'll just lose Dixie. So if you lose her once, it's not that bad, but if you lose her twice, then you pretty much have to fail the bonus. So yeah. So yeah, these skipping some of these tires can be really dangerous, so I'm playing it safe. It is a little slower to bounce off of extra tires, but yeah, I'd rather not die from overshooting. So here I'm gonna do a trick called Scrolly Scroll, which what's happening here? So when you shoot out of where I took damage with Diddy and then went into that barrel with Dixie, I moved the camera far enough that the tires spawn, and yeah, if you shoot yourself out of that barrel and land on the tire before you land on the ground, then for whatever reason the camera freaks out and it starts scrolling really fast to the right. And that trick is pretty dangerous, but I've done it so much that I'm generally used to it. Occasionally I'll fail it though. There's a strat to do it with Diddy and keep both Kongs, but it's a second slower in this category to do it with Diddy, or about a second slower, I think. A different category called a true ending. You do the Diddy strat because it loses a second here, but then in that category we do Cannon's Claim, like the level where I did the big boy twice to get the warp barrels. You do that level after, and since you need both Kongs to do that big boy to get the warp, then faster keeping both Kongs, so Diddy's strat is faster in that other category. It saves like I think a second and a half roughly. Or 2.5 seconds, sorry, and losing a second in the other level, so well, overall saves like a second and a half. So you really don't want to fail this bonus, because on guard the swordfish, his hitboxes are really jank, so it's like very easy to like fail that bonus sometimes. There's like a faster strat where you constantly like stab and don't like slow down, but very prone to like getting hit and failing the bonus, so I don't go for it. I learned my lesson after losing like 25 seconds in a run once. Okay, so I'm probably gonna like super focus in this level, Red Hot Ride, because almost any mistake probably is like either gonna be a death or like a very, very massive time loss. So I'll try to talk about it a bit, but also probably like stop talking briefly sometimes. So I have a small window to jump here, and you do what's called a Ramby double jump to get enough distance to bounce off the B and get onto that balloon. Then this bonus is fairly trivial, but you know, I guess nothing's like super free in this game, so there's always like new ways to make mistakes. So always gotta be careful. And then here's a kind of new trick called move your signpost. So I gotta load stuff in a certain order, and I'm gonna get an invisible object by flashing that beetle on the slope. And because I loaded certain IDs in a certain order, then using the invisible object, you can move that signpost to keep Ramby for this latter half of the level, which is normally not intended, but it saves a very huge amount of time. So yeah, this trick and keeping Ramby is another thing that often like kind of scares people from wanting to do this category. So I've made like a couple video tutorials and like backup strats on videos to, you know, try and encourage people to pick up this category for this level. So I've like very overly practiced this level. So and this loses time, but I always do it in marathon runs. The little swag with the you know, the the palette swap, because normally you're not supposed to be able to hit goalposts with with an animal buddy, so you get that neat little glitch there. I think that loses like a little over 4 seconds, but I love showing it off in marathons. So I gotta make sure, because when you beat some levels, if there's only one path to go on the world map, it'll automatically move you there. So it moved me to the boss, so I had to move back and revisit this level because I'm not done yet. So there's another super big boy to get this bonus, which I think saves like close to 3 seconds over the intended way. And I don't know how I got that right. I'm just a genius. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so that bonus is not RNG. That one's like the creme coin's always in that chest particularly, so yeah, it's a pretty free bonus once you know. But yeah, the world map, since it moved to the boss, like if I beat the boss, then I would get moved to world 3. So if I accidentally visited the boss, I'd have to die and then go to this level after. So I would lose a bit of time. So have to be careful about like map movement. Oh, that's also why the second level after I beat it, why I revisited, because I was thinking that I'd get automatically moved to the 3rd level, but I forgot that you don't after that level, so I was just mashing buttons and revisited the level. So that happens. Yeah, so now I've got squawks over here. So yeah, this route's a little faster to finish the bonus, or sorry, exit out of completing this bonus than to just do this level in one visit. So hence why I warped the first time and then completed the level. Oh god, I'm having like an aim right now. Alright, little sloppy, and I failed the exit out of the level, but it is what it is. Dang, I very rarely fail that one, but it happens sometimes. Oh, also, dang, I just realized I saw it's like my Mario RPG PB. I'm honored. Alright, so this one, little bit more of instance of RNG. So these cannonballs can spawn in like 1 of 4 spots. So overall I got kind of below average luck there, but this is what it is. The first hit is the one that I think matters the most for the RNG. Whereas the other ones like lose like way less time, getting like bad luck compared to good luck. Yeah, so just make sure to not get hit. And yeah, I also did a trick called Lava Fly after I got the third hit, where I barely was able to hover over, hover across to get to the other side without having to bait the sword into attacking me, and then having the hooks come down and then like cross to the other side. Like it saves about 4 seconds to do Lava Fly. It's another pretty intimidating trick, but there are a few consistent setups to make it work like almost every time. Yeah, so now there's no warps or no dev intended warps for levels now. So yeah, barrel by you. A lot of times in runs I'm like, I don't know, sometimes it's kind of tough getting out of World 2 without like a death. And then like I'm like, alright, finally had like a clean run out of level 2 and then just like immediately die in like World 3 or something. So hopefully I won't continue that trend. We'll see though. So there is a little bit of a risky strat here to make, if you jump behind that cloak as he's about to throw that chest, it can just like drop straight down for whatever reason. And you can save like a bit under a second. But if you like bonk into the chest, he'll like possibly like bonk you into the water and you can take a death. So I didn't bother going for it here. So I generally fail it like somewhat often. So I didn't want to risk trying to save a second and then lose like half a minute, you know? Okay, so I wanted to bounce over that second clobber, but I didn't. It's fine though. Ooh, got the G. Alright, played that one a little safe to bounce into the bonus too, because if you go a little too early, you can just take damage and die, so just making sure. And yeah, so his second bonus, a little bit of a shortcut there at the end. And nice finish. Alright, so just for safety as well, I'm gonna grab Diddy here. Just like in Lava Lagoon way back, I also got Diddy at the start, which actually causes a lot more lag in that level. But, you know, I didn't want to die to one mistake to, like, you know, save like under a second or something, or about a second. And then yeah, this level, I think getting Diddy like barely loses time to lag. Like it's a very small amount of like extra lag that you get. So you know, rather be safer. Despite saying that, I just skipped the midway barrel, but it's fine. So there's Francis the Fish way back there. He if you like kind of have your movement wrong, he can like block your way when he gets baited to attack you. So when you're doing the route with one Kong, then you can pretty easily die to that. So you gotta be careful. So yeah, aptly named for the alliteration, you know. Well, yeah, I forgot about like sometimes the light when you're turning around, sometimes the light will like flash at the screen. So I forgot to give like a sensitivity warning for that. So they fixed that in the I think the Switch port for this game, but yeah, since we're playing on SNES, this is like really old. So yeah, there shouldn't be any like photosensitivity issues now. So pretty much the rest of the run. I do have to revisit this level though, because the bonus and the DK coin are both at the start, but it's faster to yeah, beat it and then exit out after you get the DK coin, because you'd have to turn around and backtrack, and it's like really slow to like turn around and swim and backtrack. So oh, and there you can also swim a bit over that coin. You can actually swim over the coin and accidentally leave the bonus without getting the coin, which is really bad. But if you touch the back of it, you can skip the music fanfare and it saves a little bit of time as well. I didn't really try to go for it because I don't know, it's very easy to like fail. yeah, so it's a nice backtracked DK coin over here. So yeah, this level is another one that's pretty tough to survive in general, so and usually there's a wrong warp that's done like at the midway barrel in any percent, but yeah, in this category pros do warpless. I like the warpless ending of this level, but it is fairly difficult. Like, I kind of often die like right at the end, so hopefully not this time. Let's see. Oh, I didn't shoot a second web, so that kind of messed up everything. Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, whenever I'm like instantly landing on a web platform, if you press R and L together, then you'll make a web platform underneath you. Okay, I'm just gonna play this safe because I messed up the movement. And then yeah, so you can kind of like make a web under you with like barely slowing down, which is gonna be very important for web woods later on, which is a very dangerous level. So I'm gonna play this ending pretty safe over here. Even more safe than I normally do. Because like, I very often die like right at the end. Like normally you would roll off of some of those crockheads and do like a really long roll and then jump and skip like one crockhead every time, but I don't know, it's very easy to like barely be too short or just like I don't know, I recently like clipped through a crockhead for like no reason and I was like, oh, that's new. I think it might actually like my last run that I did before this run that happened, and I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. Okay, yeah, so there's a bonus here. I occasionally sometimes forget something in this level, so like to collect something, so I gotta really be on the ball. So yeah, it's pretty easy bonus there. You can kind of fail if you like start your first jump late, because then you'll like overshoot into a beak. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of janky hitboxes, interactions that happen with like Ratley and like some of these enemies. So we have a community meme, which I saw someone recently post. So they kind of have like a screenshot of like about a frame before you get hit, or maybe a few frames, and then we call it snake or guy. So everyone guesses based off the screenshot like who's gonna win the interaction, whether Ratley or like whichever enemy is like gonna win. So either say snake or guy. Yeah, sometimes it's like, you know, you bounce off an enemy when it like really looks like you should have gotten hit, and then sometimes like you get hit when you're like, you know, should have bounced off them. So like that one I messed up my movement, so like I'm not even like offended that that happened, not gonna lie. Alright, so there I did what's called a true double jump to I just played that part safe since I took damage before getting there. That's the main reason. So then I was able to get over all the enemies, because the very top one sometimes can like get in your way if you move wrong at all. And the optimal strat's like really tight as well, and so I would like fairly likely like die to it with one comp. So yeah, I had to revisit this level for yet another bonus. This one I like often forget, either in runs or I think the first 2 marathon runs I ever did, I forgot that one particularly, so glad I didn't forget. Yeah, so Black Ice Battle. This is one of the more difficult Lost World levels to optimize as well, because you're falling down and can't see below you, so it's like a ton of memorization. Additionally, this game in version 1.0, which is what I'm playing on for this category, because it's there's some tricks later that's going to be faster overall, mostly at the end of the run that are 1.0 specific. But yeah, the camera is kind of buggy in this version of the game, and sometimes you can fall faster than the camera will like pan down before it catches up, and you can just die from falling. The level before the first boss, that also can happen, where like I was like falling vertically to get to the bonus. And yeah, this bonus is like extremely punishing to fail, so I'm gonna just play this one like extra safe. The last marathon run I did like 2 weeks ago, I like failed this bonus, and it's rough. It's like either you gotta purposely take a death to be able to retry it or beat the level and then like do the level again up to that point, which either one is a very, very, very huge time loss. So normally you would jump over both B's in each section with one jump, but yeah, I played it even like safer than I like normally do, like even for marathons, because I failed it once, so not taking the risk. Alright, so I did a swap in the water, which gives you like a floaty state. So after taking damage, the other Kong that you swapped from like is still considered thought to be underwater, so you have like a really floaty state, so you can just super jump up and like skip quite a bit of the level. And for this category, you do it to get into that bonus, where as in a lot of other categories, you would do a wrong warp with that bonus barrel. So you would super jump to the left instead of the right, but yeah, again, wrong warps also don't count for percent generally, unless they involve you hitting the goal target at the end. So a lot of them don't. They just kind of like eject you out of the level as like a fail-safe to not crash the game. Which those wrong warps that eject you out of the level only work on version 1.1, and then on version 1.0 most of them crash the game if you do it. So I also got to make sure not to get into like any percent habit and like try to wrong warp. I've done that like once in a run, so hopefully I won't do that. Alright, so got your slime climb, that was good. And so I got Bramble Blast, so if you played this game, the song probably reminds you of your childhood, so press 1 if you had a childhood. Yeah, so for these full parts, what's it called? So there's something called quick shot. So if the barrels are facing the direction that you're supposed to, that you already want to go, you have a 3-frame window to shoot out of the barrel. So I missed the very first quick shot and I hit all the other ones pretty much after that. So nice ones, thank you. This quick shot I always miss because there's like almost no visual cue for it. So yeah, you can skip that one barrel. It's a little risky because you can possibly die there. Oh yeah, to get into the bonus barrel, right before I took damage, I was holding left so that Diddy wouldn't fly up into the barrel right above him. So that you can use your invincibility frames to get through. Oh no! Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I missed the first vine clip that I was going for, and then yeah, I did a damage boost back up there. Very scuffed back up, it still worked, which is kind of funny, but yeah. Yeah, so I probably lost like 8 to 10 seconds to missing the vine clip. So I did another big boy, and then I tried to big boy off of the clamp on enemy, and you can team throw if you get enough height to slightly clip yourself through when you team throw and get through the vine. But yeah, unfortunately I think I didn't get enough height, or I team through too late. I'm not sure which. So I do have like a particular setup, but I like I was kind of on autopilot and like, oh wait, I gotta do the setup. I forgot. That's fine. Yeah, so now I've got Cudgel. So pretty resident sleeper boss, to be honest. Yo, 100k medical debt gone, let's go. Okay, yeah, so I was counting there. So when I picked up the TNT barrel, so Dixie, I was watching her like oscillations when she's like, her head's bobbing up and down, like when she's breathing, to know when to start moving. Yeah, same thing there. So you can kind of get a quick hit by using the back of her throw hitbox where she whips her hair back. And Yeah, you can save like 20 frames each time. If I fail that and repeat a cycle, then it also loses like upwards of 10 seconds. So yeah, it's like losing 10 seconds versus like saving 20 frames. It's like it's wild. Yeah, that cycle there's the one I commonly fail, but unfortunately hit it, so it's good. And sometimes I occasionally fail that one, so pretty good. Alright, nice. Okay, yeah, so now World 4, what am I doing here? Hornet Hole. So, it is a little faster to swap to Diddy at the start of this level, by, I think optimally it's like half a second difference. But it's like significantly harder with Diddy than to just, hover over most of this honey with Dixie. But yeah, I guess I never mentioned at the start of the run. So Diddy's, movement horizontally is faster than Dixie's, so usually when you're like running straight, you want to, be Diddy most of the time. And yeah, I guess he climbs like ropes and stuff like faster too. So yeah, so generally it's like more optimal to be Diddy for most parts of the run. I mean, Dixie definitely has her like moments though. Yeah, so I gotta make sure not to lose Squitter here because I need to get this DK coin. And I also need him for the next bonus coming up too, so I gotta make sure I don't have like a bad error of some sort. Okay, cool. And yeah, that dismount is a little scary usually. It loses quite a bit of time if you take a hit with Diddy, because you have to backtrack a bit for DK barrel as well. Because I need to revisit the level because there's two bonuses right at the start of the level. Okay, up in 3. Oh yeah, there's like still a bit of a cooldown when you shoot, when you make web platforms. So, oh, and Yoshidom right there. So, if you try to rush making platforms like one after the other, then yeah, you can not shoot a web and just die. So, have to be careful. Yeah, so that's probably the easiest bonus in the game. Though honey climbing is actually like pretty hard skill in this game. You can do it way faster than I did even. But, there's like a seemingly like infinite like skill ceiling to honey climbing and rope climbing as well. So yeah, smashing this is a little faster than to throw. And then ideally I'll exit out when grabbing the coin. There might be an audio glitch that might happen in this level. Maybe, maybe not. The sounds might be really delayed, so don't freak out if it happens. On version 1.0 it just like somewhat commonly happens. Yeah, so gotta make sure not to like miss or fail bonuses in this level, because you can't retry any of them, so it's like extremely punishing to like miss anywhere. And yeah, so checkmark barrels make these doors open, and then getting the X barrels close the door, and then you lose a Kong when you bump into the door. So here we're going to be using squawks to destroy them all. You can actually try to leave one bee alive. It's one like really far left. And for whatever reason, so getting rid of squawks also counts as like an enemy being defeated, going through that sign. So I was able to not go all the way to the left and kill one of the bees. And yeah, skipping over that flitter saves about half a second if you just jump over him instead of bouncing off him. It's like fairly easy, but you know, like, yeah, if you do it wrong, then you're like probably dead. So, you know, there's risk to it. So it's like not hard to do. So I gotta follow this guy down because there's a bonus underneath. So yeah, also to save like small amounts of time in this level in general, so when you gotta jump onto a new cart, if you jump off as early as possible and land on the next one as early as possible, you can like save some frames every time. It's a pretty small time save overall throughout the level, but yeah, if you want to like be more risky and like optimal, then that's what you gotta do. I usually play it a little safe because I don't want to like throw away runs to this. Oh, swag balloon. So generally there's two different camps for going for swag or saying no to swag there, because of course there's that X barrel right underneath, so you can lose Diddy and like waste some time. So normally in runs where I have a chance at PBing, I won't go for it because I missed it once. Okay, that wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. Okay, so yeah, normally you can do a big boy to get enough height to get that invincibility barrel. And oh, what the? And no, are you kidding me? I can't believe I choked. So yeah, this the very amount of time loss because you can't backtrack for that bonus. So yeah, I guess I was due for like some kind of laughably bad error. That's never happened to me in a run, but knew it was doomed at some point. I feel like this run was going too well that like something like dumb would happen. So the packs, you know, it's gotta come. So I'm gonna be trying to skip through that sign there by scrolling the camera up enough that and taking damage. So you can scroll the camera up enough that you can avoid getting rid of Splocks, which is a little faster, quite a bit faster than changing to Splitter and using his like web platforms to get up. So I think my last marathon run I died there right before that DK barrel, so I played that extra safe too. Though I guess Diddy and Dixie's hitboxes are different, so like I think it's generally more safe to be Diddy, but that time I was solo Dixie and died. Oh my god. Wow, that's insane. Alright, I might die here. Maybe. Yep. Seemed like destiny at that point, because the way everything lined up just seemed like I was on the verge to die. Alright, sick. Yeah, so I gotta do this pretty slow. Yeah, I kept getting a lot of like dropped like A presses in general, so I keep like shooting my shot before flapping upwards a lot of times, so yeah, actually I guess both times that's why I got hit, actually. Like the two times that I unintentionally took damage. It was like exactly the same thing. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. Or well, it happened 3 times in total, but I avoided getting hit one of the 3 times that it happened. And yeah, I haven't like taken damage with that B-ring skip in like literally months. And then of course, like, you know, the run that's going well is the one that or what's going well is the one where I get a death there. But, or take damage and like, of course, while I have only 1 combo, but is what it is. Okay, I got a little bit of a low big boy again, so yeah, I'm back to this level because I got to redo this bonus still. So I figured that I would just beat the level and then beat the level, then come back and like exit out at the end. Yeah, and the dropped B presses. Drop B presses is why I filled this bonus in addition. I try to back it up and then like had like 2 in a row. Oh, whoops, muscle memory. I pressed A instead of start when grabbing that. Okay, anyways, that's enough complaining. We got through it. Very, very huge time loss in that level, but that's them breaks, right? You know, I just wanted to show the bonus a second time. Alright, so I've got Rickety Race, so this is the only bonus in the level. Generally, it's pretty easy, as long as you remember where to go. And I'm also jumping on the enemies because it saves a little bit of time to bounce off them than to crash into them, because you slow down a little after you crash into each of them. So this jump is kind of risky, but it's another thing that I like never fail, so I just always go for it. Though I've heard of like runners better than me at the game having trouble with that jump, so I'm like always now a little scared because of that. Like when am I gonna get owned by that? Owned by my hubris. We'll see. But anyway, it's the rickety race. Yeah, pretty much another auto-scroller. Fortunately, this game doesn't have too many auto-scrollers in general. But yeah, the number 2 guy is generally considered pretty dangerous here, because if you mess up, you can just bounce into that pit and die. I was already fairly close to exactly that happening that time. But yeah, first place guy, so yeah, pretty much after the bonus, this level's the same in every category, so like, you know, you don't deviate from the plan at all. Except sometimes, I guess in any percent you have Dixie instead of Diddy, because he would do a wrong warp out of Bramble Scramble, that level where I died recently. And there I visited Cranky, so glad I didn't forget. Yeah, so Mudhole Marsh. This is another level that's like generally fairly difficult to survive, but it's like a super cool level optimally. But yeah, it's like usually for speedrunners, at least for any percent, it's generally like considered like within the top 5 like hardest levels in the run. So okay, I'm gonna play this part safe because it felt a little shoddy with my movement there. And then avoided the Sonic. Yeah, throwing Dixie to get these stars. Alright, and fortunately, having to do this bonus makes you get the halfway barrel, because in a lot of other categories, like, usually I won't get the mid barrel, so, you know, in case I die or something. Oh, what? Alright, we're fine. So yeah, I got what's called a dead roll. So if you roll for too long, then your roll stops. And your movement just completely stops, so you get a dead roll. So that's why I cancel rolling with a jump. Because, yeah, if you complete your roll, then you get a dead roll. And yeah, that's just how this game works. So I generally, for submissions, I usually say this game, it's like roll and jump, the game, the sequel. And yeah, if you just run straight and roll out of that bonus into those enemies, you'll actually get hit, because your roll will die like just before you touch that first beetle. And yeah, played a little sloppy here, but yeah, did some safeties just to make sure. And then yeah, swapping to get onto this DK coin cycle, but also because Dixie's fanfares are faster than Diddy's. Like, her guitar solo is faster than Diddy's rap. So, anytime you have to do a fanfare, you generally want to be Dixie, because it's like a 3 to 4 second difference, roughly. And yeah, depending on if you have to swap Kongs or not, because obviously that loses time, like a second and a quarter or something. Okay, fortunately I got through all those clobbers, because you can, generally you can undershoot your jump and like bonk off of the third one, like, pretty often, so fortunately that didn't happen. So yeah, there's a couple of difficult tricks coming up, so with more invisible objects, so you do what's called clob rolling, and hopefully get a invisible object to kind of change the properties of these barrels to shoot me really far to skip like a couple auto-scroller sections. So again, you have to like load things in a certain order and move in a specific way for it to work. Okay, the one that often fails for no reason, I got it too. That's good. Alright, admittedly though, even though I say for no reason, it's like usually if I fail it, it's because usually I drop that that last barrel a little too far to the left, so yeah, this time I did it right. So yeah, just do enough to take damage there at the end, and I gotta get through the goalies over here, and I get bonked into the spikes. So that would be really bad. Yeah, so this bonus, generally pretty cool. Oh, I got a down press for no reason? What was that? So normally you want to stay grounded and roll and jump as much as you can, and roll through some of the Bs that are low enough, but I messed up my movement, so I ended up just like shooting down. Ended up overshooting my movement and then bouncing on the Bs at the end, so probably lost like half a second to that, which is not bad. Managed to quick shot out of the bonus too, after the bonus too. It's nice. So I'm gonna go for a kind of safer strat. So I'm gonna do a big boy here to grab this hook, which skips actually a huge section of the level because normally you're supposed to go to the right and kind of climb up and then jump down and then climb up again to where that hook is. But with that big boy, you can scroll the camera up enough to grab that hook and skip like I don't know, about like 10 seconds worth of the level. Another fairly trivial bonus. So I guess I don't want to take damage here this time because doesn't really help me much in this category. Normally you take damage there because you would have a super jump state, but because I took that bonus, I don't have one. So Rambi's return. This level's called Rambi Rumble, so it makes sense that Rambi would be in this level. So yeah, I did another Rambi double jump there to what's it called? To okay, there I did a death jump. So I was able to move far enough to scroll the camera enough that the death plane despawned with the camera movement. But yeah, Rambi double jumps. So what do you do? So you do a super dash, and then when you jump, kind of similar to a big boy, you jump, let go and repress the jump button, and then if you press the opposite way of where you're running, so pressing back will cancel your dash. So if you let go and re-grab the jump button and then cancel your dash, then you'll do another jump in there. So I do those super jumps. I actually used to get the DK coin casually with that double jump there because I thought the double jump I thought it was an intended mechanic. It's pretty funny as a kid. Me, my brother, and my friend that owned the game, because I never owned this game. I just borrowed it from a friend a lot or played it at his house, either or, because we were neighbors. We were like 3 houses down the street from each other. He's also way older than I am, but it's like a 7-year age gap. But he got each of the DKC trilogy as they came out, so he usually played it at his house, like 2-player, or maybe I'd watch like him and my older brother play it 2-player, and then I would borrow the game and then either beat it myself or like 2-player with my brother or something. So we've gone through the struggle and hardships of each DKC game in that way. Yeah, so King Zing, actually in version 1.0, King Zing, when he's big, moves really slow. So the general strats and movements is completely different depending on which category you're doing. So yeah, it's very easy to like trip up on your movement and possibly like take damage by not moving him correctly. There I kind of just winged it because I don't have like a set strat for version 1.0. What? I've never seen that in my life. What the heck? I didn't even know that there was enough of a gap for you to actually fall there too. That's wild. I might have to clip that for later because I know that when I grabbed the ghost rope, when I skipped under the other one, I actually started my roll a little early, so I assumed that I was a little too low on the rope for that to happen. It's my guess anyway, but I just didn't even know that that was possible though. That's actually wild. Yeah, again, I guess I was just due for another huge time loss. Run's been going too well, so, you know, gotta have, like, really weird mistakes. Alright, anyway, say I need, what, 5 hits on this guy to break this? And yeah, again, in a marathon run once, I also forgot to get this next bonus coming up, so saying it out loud to hopefully remind myself not to, miss this bonus. So yeah, I'm gonna do a big boy here, and get enough height to spawn the barrel and team throw into it. And yeah, you can kind of just simply jump across. Alright, and what else do I got here? So kind of dangerous rope to roll through like all of these enemies. And we go for front ropes over here, which is another dangerous strat. Yeah, it's usually like safer to kind of like go behind the rope and grab it from the back so that you don't get hit. Sometimes also if you're going too fast and you try to get the front rope, you'll like, sometimes you'll have too much speed and just clip through the rope and like fly to your death. So I did purposely slow down though. I'm trying to grab the rope, if anything, but yeah. So here's another auto scroller. So gotta try to make sure not to fail bonuses yet again, because you can't retry any of these bonuses in the same visit. So pretty neat. There's like a bonus on top of another bonus. Just funny. And yeah, in this level, generally I'm gonna be trying to constantly jump up steep slopes and jump down steep slopes to save a bit of time each way. When I was playing Rickety Race, I was jumping down steep slopes because it saves time. And then in Target Terror, it doesn't make a difference as far as I know, whether you jump or not, going up or down slopes. So yeah, here's what we got. Here's what we call the Mario 64 bonus, because you gotta get 120 stars. So there's a bit more than 120, so you can do this one pretty easily if you just keep jumping a lot. And yeah, so I've got here, not a boss, by the way. Cackle. So yeah, if your timer runs out, then you take damage, and he laughs. Or cackles, I guess. And yeah, jumping through these doors also saves some frames as well. So trying to also jump through those. And then yeah, minus barrels, of course, decrease your time, and plus barrels add time. So kind of routed to hit specific minus barrels in some of these later parts, like that one, because it's tied to jumping down and up slopes. So there's a sort of tight jump to get this bonus, and then this one we call some people call this Monka Steer bonus, because you go really fast. So this one is a bit scary. You could optimize like jumping down slopes as well, but I don't bother because it's a very, 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 very punishing bonus to fail. So you'd ideally take a death and then start from the mid barrel again, and then have to do the whole third section again too. So you really don't want to fail that bonus. The stage is very long, so. Okay, that's good. I gotta make sure not to forget the DK coin, which is hidden underneath this thing. Because you can just like run straight with Diddy and then you'll just fall onto the target and complete the level. So yeah, it loses like 2 minutes to like forget that coin. So pretty important. Alright, doing a little safer strat here. Oh, whoops. Because yeah, you could just roll through the two enemies. The two spinies, where I said I was doing it safer, instead of rolling through the one. But since you're holding Y to run and to roll as well, then if you touch the chest while you're holding Y, you'll pick it up, and you can take damage as you're like kind of starting to pick it up. So it does take a bit of a precision with releasing and repressing the Y button. Oh gosh. Yeah, so that was spaghetti. I wanted to land past the DK barrel to not pick it up, and then try to roll into the chest that had the cannonball. But since I picked it up, then yeah, I just backed it up by dashing that cutlass. the guy with the swords, and then kill the other one. As long as you keep one alive. So yeah, this bonus is like also one of the hardest to optimize too. I think you get like a 29 with one less barrel shot than I did, but it's really tough. Yeah, 27 is like usually what I get. It's pretty solid, I think. Alright, DK coin over here. Gotta make sure not to miss that too. And I tried for what's called the LZ swap, so you can land right at right on the side of the goal and do a Kong swap there. Which saves a small amount of time as well. So yeah, PCP, Parrot Shoot Panic. This is one of the, well, in any percent, this is like one of the coolest looking levels, but since you're like falling down a lot, so playing this part safe just to not miss this bonus. But yeah, I feel like with the bonuses here, it kind of like breaks the pace of how cool this level looks a little bit. But this level's still not easy. But it does just take a lot of memorization and like muscle memory though to you know, confidently fall everywhere. Yeah, so did that jump into the midway barrel, which makes that wave around the bees a little harder, but it also saves like 6 frames too. I'm just used to it now, so I just always go for it. So ideally, alternatively, you can do a buffered roll to avoid grabbing the purple parrots, because for speedruns, we don't want to grab any of the parrots or like use them because they fall really slow. Oh, whoops. Okay, since I took damage early, I can just do a damage boost back up here, which is like 3 seconds slower, roughly. So it's not too bad. If I took damage midway through the fall, then I would have no backup and just guaranteed die. So that was better that I got hit early rather than midway through. If you get hit like near the end of the fall, then you're also fine generally because you can use Diddy's invincibility frames. But if I took damage like half a second later, then I probably would have died guaranteed. So. Oh, what the? I turned the corner too soon, so I touched the wall, and that just killed my horizontal speed. So yeah, normally you want to do an extended roll through all of those rats, and then jump on the TNT clobber. Yeah, so this level is like one of the biggest killers in pretty much any category, actually. Web woods, because, you know, one mistake generally is like death, usually. You know, because there's pits everywhere. So I did a damage boost there, and you have about a 9-frame window to use a jump out of the damage. Oh, I shot an extra web, so that caused more lag. That's fine. Oh, what? Okay, well. Hopefully this works. Oh, damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a really slow cannonball. So I revised the strat. I used to do like a little bit of a safer strat to get the fast cannonball, but this time I moved a little too slow. I don't remember if I can go underneath that cannonball or not, so I'm gonna just... I'm pretty sure you can, but just in case, I don't want to like die for no reason. So yeah, that was a pretty massive time loss there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You can also use one extra web just to play it safe. Oh right, I took damage, so I also have to end this level with Diddy, I guess. Oh my god, so much lag! Whoops. Okay, right. I remember how to move now. Okay, I gotta be slow, because I messed up with these B cycles as well, so I gotta, you know, I'd very easily just die to one of these guys. Okay, it's fine. I lost, like, overall in this level, probably like 35 seconds, but I guess I got through most of the difficult parts. Okay, and... oh my gosh, I've never had this happen before. Alright, cool. where I missed that one. Alright, and make sure not to die in the Kipples pit. And yeah, so that DK coin is so cruel, because it only... That DK coin shows up for 11 frames, and then it like changes to the next thing. So like, if you miss that, you have to redo that whole level again. And it like, loses like over 1.5 minutes, I think. So, it's very cruel. The devs definitely knew what they were doing. But yeah, I at least made it easier because I had Diddy still. So normally you would swap to Dixie and try to still make it to the cycle as well. Oh, I caught up to the bird. Oh yeah, version 1.0, this bird also moves way slower too. So there is like a soft lock risk if I were to go too fast on this cycle and bonk into him like how I did when I shot out of that last barrel. So if you don't have both Kongs, then you can't just team throw to get out either. So it's pretty dangerous. Oh no! I'm just kidding. Alright, yeah, since I lost Diddy, then I was like, well, might as well just show off the death cancel. Originally it wasn't in the plans, but yeah, since I had Diddy in front and I also actually took damage unintentionally, then I was like, alright, why not? That's never happened before, run. Yeah, it's funny, I run like 9 categories for this game. Or I have run 9 categories total. Like half of them are like... Oh, phew. Okay. Half of them are like side categories that aren't like... That have like a leaderboards, but they're not like main categories though. Oh, I think I moved wrong here. Yeah, so this guy. If you move well enough, the top left puffer fish there will despawn, and then you can just have like a clear path to move straight. But I like touched a wall, so I was like, I'm pretty sure that I won't. Pretty sure I won't get it. Oh wow, I've never seen that happen either. That actually like saved time. I like touched the corner of the water and it pushed me like down faster, so I didn't have to like wait to swim down in the later part. I'd never seen that before. After running that many categories, I know, right? Yeah, that's why usually before marathons I gotta like practice by doing a few runs of like the category I'm running, so I don't have like messed up muscle memory. Okay, so I was very scared because at the end of that bonus, like sometimes I've just like gotten hit by that bee before Dixie like clashed with it and just like failed it for no reason, and that's such a huge time loss. So because you got to die and then start from the mid barrel again, so it's like a very massive time loss. Or redo the level all over, either way. But yeah, redoing the levels is even larger time loss. Alright, so Animal Antics. This generally is like considered the hardest level in the game, at least for casuals. This level's still really tough in speedrun as well to optimize. But the windy section coming up later is usually the rough spot for people. Oh yeah, last marathon run I died in this section, actually. I came here with 1 Kong only. Yeah, so I think I've run what, 8 games in total, and across the 8 games I've run like about like 30 categories, roughly. Though I think it is easier to learn like another category instead of learning like a new game entirely. So playing this part safe, I guess. Don't want to die. I felt like I was kind of low, so I did like 2 extra laps even. Yeah, so this bonus, there is a skip because you can turn back into Squitter at the end, and towards the transformation barrel, but you can actually like, ah, dang, you can squeeze past it. If you go too high, you'll hit the brambles and fail the bonus, which is even worse. So at least I was too low and lost 3 seconds to this instead of failing the bonus. Even though you can retry the bonus again, like, you know, ideally you don't want to fail bonuses at all. Yeah, so this part is like the notoriously hard part for people casually. The speedrun. The speedrun wiki, the tutorial for this level just says the wind is a gimmick. So if you go fast enough, you'll be ideally on the right wind cycles, and if you unintentionally take damage like I did there, you can just use your iframes to go through the bees. So I got through it. I gotta try to make sure to not die to this part though, because I have only one Kong, so I'm gonna play it a little safer. So I'm also doing short hop double jumps as well. Oh shoot, messed up. Okay, I'm gonna wait one more cycle because I messed up everything there. Okay, cool. And yeah, if you notice, I didn't do the Lost World level in World 5 because I'm gonna be doing that after beating the game. Because when you also beat bosses, you get a Krem coin, so that includes beating K-Rool the first time. So you don't have it, so you won't have enough Krem coins until you beat the game once to be able to do all the Lost World levels. So we do the World 5 one last because of I think just for the Kong order, maybe. I think that's why. Yeah, so my last marathon run, I also failed this bonus coming up, which is another very huge time loss. So try not to this time. So yeah, so you can bounce on 2 of these flitters at once, but sometimes if you miss one and get caught in the wind right underneath them, then it can be very easy to take a hit. I missed one there, but at least I like fixed it. Yeah, so oh, okay, since I have Dixie in front, then I want to avoid picking up this DK barrel. So just let go of the Y button. And take damage there to skip going all the way to the right and then floating up and then going all the way to the back to the left. So I think that saves like 5 seconds. And then DK coins all the way here, so you gotta make sure not to jump too high into the wind. Otherwise you probably won't reach because the bees will be in the way. And then here, you try something. Okay, never mind. I'm pretty sure I failed it. So there's a trick called Ghetto Bee Skip, which you can skip under like 2 bees on 1 wind cycle to save like 2 seconds. But if you fail that, there's no DK barrel like past this point in the level, so you'd have to like revisit a level to get Diddy back, which loses a lot of time, like 12 seconds roughly. And then yeah, that barrel is a clobber, so if you move too slow and he bonks you, you might get bonked up onto the goal and finish the level without getting this bonus, which like loses like 2 minutes. So so I did it's called a moonwalk, so I was like crouching and getting up by and facing left so that the camera wouldn't scroll over to the right, so that you can pick up that barrel before the clobber pops up out of the barrel. So I did a couple extra moonwalks just to like try and be a little safer too, because I really didn't want to, you know, have to redo the level entirely from a mistake like that. And you're very likely to like complete the level if you like bonk him. So yeah, Castle Crush. So this is the longest auto scroller in the entire trilogy by far. So I'm gonna be trying to keep this DK barrel to do a goal summon. So it is a form of a wrong warp, but because it warps you to the goal and you actually trigger the goal, it still counts for percent. So about a quarter of the way into this level, I'm gonna be going for that skip. Because yeah, this auto scroller is like I think like over 4.5 minutes long generally, without like any of the major tricks. So I'm gonna complete it on the first visit in about 1.25 minutes roughly, and then I'm gonna visit again and then do the bonuses and just exit out partway through. So I'm gonna complete the next level so that I get Diddy back, because I'm gonna have to take damage on purpose. to do the warp. So right here, you're gonna drop the barrel into the wall to break it, and then re-grab the Y button to pick up nothing, basically. An invisible object, and then I jumped into that enemy and took damage, and yeah, the game like warps you up, like kind of glitchily like warps you up to the goal. But if you don't have invincibility frames, you'll also get crushed. So when I took damage with Diddy, I avoided taking crush damage with Dixie because she still had invincibility frames from getting hit. Because if you mess that up, sometimes you'll get warped up later, but then your invincibility frames will be long gone and you'll just die from the crush. The crush damage, so. And yeah, if you fail that, it loses like a minute and a half, so it's pretty brutal to mess up. And yeah, I played that last bonus pretty safe as well. And got on guard again for another bonus. I always feel that. So if you like release your super dash like just as you touch the water, then you'll dash but also go downwards, and you can just like completely let go of the controller and like you'll swim like straight into the DK coin, which saves a little bit of time. I don't know why I grabbed that mid barrel. Like, I don't think I've like ever died in this part. But hey, I already kind of messed up the throw your girlfriend strat there, so could be a first for anything. So I might bonk into the red guy. Oh no, I got enough speed to not, despite that slip up early. Alright, so second visit for Castle Crush. So I still need to do 2 bonuses and get the DK coin. So I'm going to be taking this DK barrel again up to the bonus instead of because normally past this cutlass over to the left here there's a Ramby barrel there, and you're supposed to just use whoops, I forgot to that's so funny. I forgot to like pick up the barrel while I was just rambling, so I lost a lot of time there. It's not good. Like 20 seconds. Because yeah, when that barrel's on the ground and like wiggling around, when there's more sprites, it'll cause a lot of lag. So I just forgot to pick it up. I guess because I was talking about the Ramby barrel too much. But yeah, yeah. So normally use the DK barrel to kill this cutlass and get the Ramby barrel to the left, and then can use that to break a wall to get the bonus. But additionally, in any percent, you would go to that cutlass or go to that Ramby barrel. And use it for a wrong warp, which you death warp. It's actually wrong warp. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for percent, so we can't do it in this category. And it also only works on version 1.1 anyway. So otherwise, you would be able to beat this level in like 20 seconds. It's one of like the newest major skips, I think, as well. I think also picking up the DK barrel causes like 1 frame of lag, if I recall correctly, so yeah, be careful. Alright, so I also gotta try and be careful not to take damage. It's like not too big of a deal as long as I survive, but sometimes the lag here gets like really awkward. Yeah, there you go. So there's the bonus. Alternatively, you can do another invisible object to actually like move the entry to that bonus a bit lower. It saves like 3 seconds, but I don't know. Sometimes it just, for me, it just like fails for seemingly no reason, so I didn't bother. Oh, I got the yo, I'm always so good at this in marathons. I got the 2-1 lotto there. So there's a trick I've been doing occasionally throughout the run called a 2-1 jump or team up jump. So what's it called? So if you press jump, then 2 frames after press your team up, then you'll cancel your jump with like kind of an airborne state and team up. And then within 2 frames after the team up completes, if you press jump again, you'll get a higher jump upwards. And we call it the lotto because So the 2-frame window to do the higher jump. If you jump on the 2nd frame, you go up a little bit higher, and you need to get that 2nd frame particularly to get just enough height so that you can team throw up there and skip that section without letting the elevator catch up. So sometimes it takes like multiple tries, or sometimes you just might not get it in the run. So I think that's like 4 marathons in a row that I've like got it first try. It's kind of funny. Or got the lotto first try. Yeah, I fail it like in like normal runs. I like rarely get it too, which is like kind of funny. So yeah, chain link chambers, one of my favorite levels in the run. I love the warpless strats in this level because the rope climbing is actually really sick, and like I feel like it's very high. Yeah, it's a very high skill ceiling, as I mentioned before, to like improve at like rope climbing in general. And yeah, at any percent, you would do a wrong warp with this cannon normally to beat this level in like 20 seconds. The only thing is that I think that these bonuses kind of suck, especially this one, because it lags in spots like occasionally. So sometimes I fail like right at the end, like over here, because the hitboxes are kind of unfair, and the bees like oscillate in like a very small circle in place. So in my last marathon run, I actually failed like right at the end of that bonus, and yeah, it loses a lot of time. Even though you can like pretty much immediately retry the bonus, but it's still like it's pretty punishing to fail like right at the end. Oh, what the heck? Keep just like jumping far away. Okay, now it's lagging a bit, so it's like a little hard. So hopefully I get through here. Oh no! My invincibility ran out like 30 years early because I made like 8 or 9 mistakes, like just back to back to back. That's so funny. Alright, so I'm gonna play this part safe because I'm afraid to die, admittedly. But first off, I'm gonna grab this DK barrel because I want to see if I can do the zip after. Oh wait, I think I did this wrong. Oh, that's fine. This is the normal Kong order I would have. So yeah, this bonus is very trivial. It's like ropes and the barrel. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to swap and then press left like right after I swap to oh, come on. Okay, well, it didn't work, so classic. Alright, well, yeah, so I'm gonna just go the normal way. Yeah, so normally what happens in version 1.0, if you're like holding to a side when you swap Kongs, then you can they can just like they move sideways in a kind of glitchy way, and you can clip through walls. You can sometimes accidentally like clip through the floor in some levels and like die, like in Red Woods. It's kind of common. So yeah, unfortunately that was a pretty big time loss because I didn't get the zip and I messed around a lot. But it is what it is. So next level, Toxic Tower. So I'm gonna be using our boy Ratley over here. For beginners especially, this is like one of like the most difficult levels. Pretty much every category, because getting these short hop double jumps and then this true double jump over, or omega true double jump over here to skip going to the sides and stuff. So yeah, generally these strats save a lot of time over just jumping normally the whole way through. Oh, thank God I didn't get hit. Yeah, so yeah, short hop double jumps is a weird mechanic. If you hold A to charge up your what the heck? The lag, I think, made me not shoot another. So I'm gonna take the secret path to avoid getting hit. So it's slightly slower. Yeah, I would normally be doing this part with one Kong. Well, sometimes. Okay, I'm messing up on these cycles, so I'm just gonna wait an extra cycle. Normally you can, with like upper camera movement and like facing like left or right, then you can, alright, let's play this safe too. Facing left or right, then you can, spawn some of those bees later so that you can fly past them before they get in your way. And I also have to make sure not to fail this bonus, because otherwise I gotta die. So, just a bunch of, yeah, okay. Yeah, just a bunch of, instant web platforms. So I should be Diddy, I think. So you can actually roll under the toxic, under the rope, and barely not get hit by that the acid. But I haven't done it in a while, so I don't want to risk that. One hand, don't want it to ever end having so much fun. On the other hand, if it goes even 1 minute longer than scheduled, it may literally die. Donkey Kong music's so good. Hey, appreciate the compliment. Oh, if anyone can tell me what my pace is, or my time is currently, so I can try to gauge what my pace is right now. Oh, I was supposed to moonwalk to move that guy a little later, but to jump over him. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this B cycle because I messed up my movement. And yeah, I think I failed this bonus like twice in my last marathon run as well. 124, 30-ish, okay. Whoop! I was scared. Alright, cool. I got it. Don't know how bad the delay is though. Alright. I appreciate it. I think it shouldn't be like that long of a delay. Like, I couldn't gauge how much time the delay. Ah, I missed the race skip. Shoot. So yeah, you can actually fly over the trigger to skip that race trigger to save a small amount of time. But hey, you get a banger though. Because the music wouldn't change because the race wouldn't get activated. And DK coin over here. Yeah, so if I'm like 125-ish in this level, then assuming no like super big mistakes, I think I might be like, I don't know, K Rule 1's like 3 minutes. Yeah, I think it might be like 134-ish pace, maybe. I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm not that good at gauging time in this game, to be honest. I think 134 or 135-ish pace, maybe. So. But yeah, there's still like a bunch of opportunities to lose a lot of time, so like I can't let up on the gas. Like dying on this fight can like lose several minutes because this fight's like over 3 minutes long, for example. It's 9 cycles of doing stuff. The only way to kind of speed it up is to get what's called dustless, so you can throw the cannonball like as early as possible and into K. Rool's blunderbuss, and you won't see any like dust if you ever get any dustless. But if you throw it like even the tiniest bit too early comparatively, then you might like lose a cycle, and you can lose like probably up to 25 seconds. So I'm generally not gonna go for dustless on any of these, but because you know it's like might save a few frames, and then you know could lose like 25 seconds or something. So. And since I'm not like 100% focused, because I'm like, you know, trying to commentate and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can crouch under the rest of these. Sometimes I forget what order to jump and crouch, so like take damage. Oh, I forgot to have this headset on, so I didn't even hear the audio cue for when to throw the cannonball either. So I can only like partially hear the TV. I don't even know why I put the headset on, to be honest, since there's no one else in the Discord call. But I guess it's just a habit for marathon runs. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I felt like such a genius on like avoiding those swirly ones. Oh, whoops. Okay, there you go. Those swirly cannonballs, because what's it called? Yeah, generally you just want to jump over them when they're at like the bottom of the rotation. So this loses some time, but get some blue monkey action over here. And I actually do need Diddy for after this level, so I'll do an extra squat too. Oh yeah, and that super fast cannonball throw only works in 1.0. There's almost not expected dust on that one. It's close. Yeah, also if you get hit by these clouds, they K-roll will take longer to shoot at you afterwards. So you gotta be careful as well. Aside from the blue ones just now, because if you get hit at the very edge of the screen, like to the far right, then he'll already start his next action by the time you get hit, so it doesn't actually lose any at all. Also the purple ones, you can also get hit at the very last moment. Avoid it. I think in version 1.0 that might not be a thing, I'm not sure. Because for me it like never works in 102, and I don't know why. Which might be a version difference. Alright, and it's the end of K Rule 1. Yeah, so gonna have like 2 minutes of downtime right now for what's it called? Oh yeah, but also turn on my heater. My hands have been freezing like freezing like halfway through the run, so my guns to why I died a few times. All right, anyway, yeah, so the game saves when the credits start. So yeah, there's like there's quite a bit of downtime for now, and then after that, assuming no mistakes, I think I probably have like roughly 4 minutes left in the run, something like that. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. So be getting pretty close to the end. So next screen there will be the podium showing how many DK coins you have and how many DK coins your competitors have as well. See other video game heroes and no hopers over here. Oh, I guess while we have some downtime, we'll eat some almonds real quick. Let's have a pack next to me. But yeah, I recently picked up a long speedrun called Arc-Rise Fantasia for the Nintendo Wii, and it's like a 10-hour speedrun, and almonds are so good for that, because ideally not having to use the bathroom as often because of the fiber, and then they're like decently filling as well, and like not really unhealthy unless you eat like way too many, so yeah. Alright, so about to reset pretty soon. There's another fun category called Beat Mario, or all DK coins, where you get just all the DK coins to beat Mario in the podium. I actually ran it for a couple GDQ hotfixes pretty recently, so and that one's actually my favorite category of all time. It's very fun. Even though there's not many people on the leaderboards for it. There's also one for Beat Link and one for Beat Yoshi as well. Okay, anyways, so we've got a major trick that is not completely free. So seeing as I failed it twice in my last marathon run, it's definitely not free. So I did what's called the infinite barrel glitch. So I got hit right before that timer ran out and automatically shot me. And in version 1.0, you can exit off of this side of the screen and it re-wraps you to the other end of the level. So the bonus barrel is at the very end, so I'm gonna shoot out of that barrel that I took with me and shoot onto the bonus. Okay, cool. Looks like this should be fine, because last time the screen didn't scroll up for no reason when I was holding up and right, so it was incredibly confusing. Okay, cool. I got it. So the next step, I gotta not fail this bonus, otherwise I gotta do all of that again and redo the level. So, also in version 1.0, you can go out of bounds here and go through the bonus on this side, which is faster because you don't have to like weave around certain sections, but you gotta make sure not to get hit by this top beat over here because that was a little slow. Aside from that, just don't accidentally shoot myself out of the barrel, I guess. Okay, cool. So I got it. So that's a pretty big sigh of relief right there. And yeah, you're forced to get on the goal here, so the final fight coming up, K-Roll 2. So yeah, time will be when the DK coin falls on me. This fight takes 1 hit, but it's like a minute and 15-second long single cycle. So ideally, when I hit him, then that's the end of the run. And yeah, purple smokes I never mentioned. So they invert your controls. So up is down and vice versa, and left is right and vice versa. So so we try to avoid them because I'm not very well practiced at inverted controls for this fight. The red smoke in the previous K-Roll fight slows you down significantly, so that's pretty much all it does. And normally they're temporary, unlike when I turned the monkeys blue, but that's because I did a glitch to permanently keep it for that fight. So, should be the final cycle. And time. Alright. Yeah, so I don't know, that run went decent. I shouldn't say decent. That run was actually very good, I feel. Very happy with it. Because I feel like I didn't have too many weird disasters, so yeah, so again, thank you everybody for watching, and if you want to shoot a follow, I am Ryan_Ford522. Also, the speedrun communities are very chill, very nice, so I recommend them. Their discords are nice. Speedrun.com has all the info, and pretty much all the trilogy and the Game Boy versions are all in the same Discord. So if you want strats, if you want to meet new people, then I definitely recommend it. People are generally really helpful in all the help sections. I forgot to say the same for the Link's Awakening DX community, but same thing as well. And for that previous run I did yesterday, I've also made a video tutorial for that category if you also want to learn it. There's a bit of editing, so the video is concise relative to how long that run is. So less than an hour, shorter than the world record. So for the video, so it's I recommend it. And yeah, so we've got the finale for Spider-Man coming up next. So hope y'all enjoy. Also, yeah, this run was a minute and a half behind my PB, so it's not too bad. Naturally, my PB was deathless and had no failed bonuses, and I definitely lost at least 4 minutes to deaths and bonus fails. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, peace out, everybody.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for both of your runs this weekend. And thank you, everybody, for participating in chat and donating. And I am so excited that we hit $1,000. It's 100 grand in medical debt that no longer exists, which is so cool. As Ryan said, we have Spider-Man coming up in just a little while. So don't go anywhere. Or if you do, just go to find all of your friends and tell them to come and watch this stream for the last run of the night. And we will be back shortly. All right. Thanks so much.
Exactly.